Hello and welcome to Abyssinia Stadium before tonight's game between First State FC and Hershey FC. We've got the Taco Riho truck outside, Cape and Snow outside, so if you're thinking about coming to the game and you're on the fence, and this is the 5th place First State FC team against the 6th place Hershey FC team. First State FC, the Midnight Riders, are looking for a home win. They got to get off the schneid. Tonight's the night to do it. So come on out, raise your voice, and support your hometown team. We'll be back with a live play-by-play in a few minutes. Thanks. waiting for the national anthem. The teams are lined up, and we'll get going here very soon. Hershey FC, they played 8 games. They're 0, 1, and 7 for a total of 1 points in 6th place. And First State FC has played 7 games with 0 wins, 2 draws, and 5 losses for a total of 2 points. So this is a battle of the bottom, but if First State FC can get 3 points, it'll give them a boost towards the last home game of the season. Starting lineup for Hershey FC. In goal, number 1, Carter Fitzgerald. At defense, number 12, Kyle Hoyt. At defense, number 24, Nolan Sizilka. At defense, number 3, Owen Clark. At midfield, number 10, Benjamin Zimmer. At midfield, number 18, Ethan Flickinger. At midfield, number 16, Davis Paget. At midfield, number 19, Bowling Schurch. At forward, number 14, Jason Goldfeeder. At forward, number 9, Aaron Bitzel. At forward, number 2, Griffith Brubaker. The head coach of Hershey FC is Demetrios Papadopoulos. For your First State FC Midnight Riders, in goal, number 16, Jackson Brandweed. At fullback, number 33, Grant Sofa. At central defense, number 6, Tyre Ogunsaina. At central defense, number 23, T. Garnett. At fullback, number 27, Jackson Sofa. At midfield, number 10, Jung Ha. At midfield, number 5, Miles Hood. At midfield, number 18, Sora Watanabe. At forward, number 15, Jeremy Briquette. At forward, number 13, Joshua Jackson. At forward, number 17, Savior Anyagri. And the head coach for your First State FC Midnight Riders, Douglas Cunningham. All right, we're ready to go. We've got a pretty good crowd tonight. Some people showed up, which is good because the weather has held off. We'll get to the starting lineups in a second. I don't want to miss the start of the game with the timer and the clock, since I do that as well. You know I do everything if you listen every week. Watch and listen. We've got a crack crew in here today from LiveSight Productions. So, starting lineups from right to left for Hershey FC. They sit in 6th place, last at the East Keystone West. They're playing a 3-4-3 formation. They're 3 defensive backs as First State FC move forward. I'll get to that in a second. Chip over the top. It's open on the right side. Pass through the middle. It's a goal within the first 30 seconds of the game. Griffith Brubaker, super sub. Unbelievable. Oh, Xavier Nyagri scored that. Excellent. Goal for First State FC. Number 17, Xavier Nyagri. So I haven't even gone through the starting lineup, and we got a goal. So that's faster than last week's goal by the opposing team. They scored in, what, 43 seconds? So we cut that by 23 as Hershey FC moves up the left side here with number 14, Jason Goldfeeder. Chip to the far side, that's going to go out of bounds. That'll give me a chance to go through the lineup. So as I was saying with Hershey FC, they're playing a 3-4-3. The three across the back, number 12, Kyle Hoyt, number 24, Nolan Sizilska, and number 3, Owen Clark. They're playing 4 in the midfield from left to right. They've got Benjamin Zimmer, number 18. Benjamin Zimmer's number 10. Number 18 is Ethan Flickinger in the middle, and number 16, Davis Paget, is also in the middle. Number 9, Bowling Shirk, is the right midfielder. And up top, they're playing from left to right. Jason Goldfeeder, number 14. Aaron Wietzel, number 9, is in the middle. And Griffith Brubaker is number 2 on the right side. The head coach of Hershey FC is Demetrius Papadopoulos. He's got an assistant named Ben Shirk. Must be related to Bowling Shirk, number 19, who looks like he has the ball right now on the right side. As I mentioned before, Hershey FC has played 8 games, which is 1 more than First State FC, and they are winless with 1 draw and 7 losses for 1 point. First State FC is in 5th place, 1 point ahead of them with 7 games played, 0 wins, 2 draws, and 5 losses. This is all in the East Keystone West Conference of the NPSL, based mostly on the East Coast. There's a nice pickoff. Poor pass by Hershey FC. Big switch on the far side. Jeremy Briquette picks it up on his left foot, moves left, unfortunately out of the play, but can chip it into the middle. No one there to pick it up. See it moving forward. Can't grab it. Anyway, the lineup for First State FC from back to front in goal. Number 16, Jackson Brandween. The 4 across the back from left to right. Number 30. Sopa had been playing as the ball moves up. Number 9, this is Aaron Wietzel on his left foot. Blacked off. Brandween flips it over the top. That's an excellent save. Good job by Jackson Brandween. It'll be the first corner kick of the game, and it'll go to Hershey. Anyway, as I was saying, the Sopas are now wing defenders, not playing in the center. Hopefully that'll tighten up the line. We had some defensive letdowns over the last several home games. Okay, both hands in the air, left-footed and swinger. Over everyone. Don't know who touched it last. They're calling it a goal kick. Anyway, so across the back I've mentioned Sopa, Ogunsanya, Garnett, and Sopa. In the middle, they're playing the inverted diamond, triangle. At the base of that is Jung Ha, number 10. On one side will be Miles Hood, usually on the left. That's number 5. And then Sora Watanabe is number 18. He's often on the right side. Across the top, left to right, number 15, Jeremy Briquette. Number 13, Joshua Jackson. And number 17, Xavier Nyagri, the goal scorer. Long throw in. Cleared. Back to Hershey in the orange. First State FC playing in their traditional black shirts, black shorts, and with the green sleeves. Hershey in blue socks, blue shorts, and orange tops. Talking to the coaches before the game. Took them about an hour and 45 minutes to get here. It looks like they've got a decent fan base here. They're here for the tacos. Taco Rijo's outside. They're very good. And I think the Cajun Snow food truck is going to do pretty well tonight with the humidity. Big switch to the other side. We don't know much about Jackson Brandween, the goalie playing for tonight. This is the 3rd keeper that's played in a home game for First State FC. Throw in from number 12, Kyle Hoyt. Near side, Xavier Nyagri. Watanabe can't find his man up top. Picked off by T. Garnett. T gives it away. Oh, I thought he gave it away, but Briquette came up with the ball. He's racing down the side, trying to beat on speed. That'll be a foul. He lost it. It was good defense. Trying to see how they're quite set up. That looks like the midfielder Bowling Shirk, number 19. for Hershey that's coming back. They play the three in the back. It looks like they're going to drop their defenders. They're going to be their midfielders do a lot of running on a sticky night. They have a very short bench. They only have 3 players on their bench, Hershey. So if if these guys run out of gas, which is very possible on a sticky night, they're going to be in trouble. Anyway, the ball swings out to the right side. Kind of a blind pass down the right side. Jackson was not back to the keeper. Brandween on his right foot. That's a lazy pass. Ooh, he got away with it. Jackson Sopa picking it up on his left foot on the right side. That's another giveaway. He's got to be a little bit tighter with that ball. Zheng Ha. Over to Brandween. He's looking to kick long. He's been doing that. Doesn't have the accurate foot, but the job is getting done. Grant Sopa with the ball. Ogansanya. You can hear Coach Cunningham, or maybe you can't hear Coach Cunningham. He's saying, hey, can't we pass the ball forward? When I talked to him before the game, he said, and I quote, we're disappointed because we haven't won a game at home this year. That's my parenthetical. And he says, we're going to win. So there's confidence in the coach, from the coach, and from the team. They came out, obviously, in the first minute, scored right away. Here's Jeremy Burkett moving from left to right, still carrying, brought down outside the box, but it's very close to the edge. He makes his mark. It's a very dangerous position, and we're hoping we can do some danger. Not done so well, and if you recall, either last week or the week before, we saw a brilliant free kick by an opponent, and that ball went up and over the wall and past a flat-footed goalkeeper. It was fantastic. Anyway, I'd like to see that, but from a man in black. Again, if you come out to the game, we've got lots of food trucks here, Taco Cajun Snow. If you bring a pair of cleats, 1K cleats for kids will get you free admission. So come on out to a game. There's only one left on July 5th. Miles Hood over the ball. And Xavier Nyagri, the goal scorer, took a bit of a deflection. And Hershey looks to break quickly. Throw out to the side. It's 3-on-3. But the rest of the First State FC Midnight Rider team is coming back. Switch across the middle. There's a big gap there. I think the First State FC players dropped a little too deep. All 3 midfielders dropped kind of in a flat line. They forgot to stagger and cover things. Brandween on the ball. Gives it away. Didn't need to do that. He could have picked that ball up, rolled it back, and picked it up. Left foot. And it's way wide. It was a pickoff. It was a bit of a poor decision by Jackson Brandween, if I am honest. Doesn't need to take a chance. It's a gift goal. In the first 10 minutes, you're playing a team that's below you in the standings. You have no home win for, I think we figured, 2 years. Take the win. Build the fan base. Let's finish the game out. I'm sure Coach is thinking about it. The fans are thinking about it. I've already told you about it, so you know I'm thinking about it. I'm getting nods here in the booth. They're thinking about it. But they're also thinking about that Cajun Snow at halftime, because we may need that. Long kick up the middle. Jeremy Burkett on the ball. Tries to find a man, but there's that big gap in the middle again. Ha is trying to close it down. Jackson Sopa over here. Hershey can't find its players. They can't capitalize on those open gaps in the middle of the field. Ha with the ball. Rolling it back. Loss from the defensive midfielder. It's going to be a throw-in for the Midnight Riders. Garnett. Took him a bit to make a decision. Way to get out. Hood with the ball. Nice one-touch play. Watanabe can't get a clean patch on the ball. Stolen back by Miles Hood. Well done. Dribbling in the other direction. Hands it back to T. Garnett. Davis Patchett, the right side. Bowling Shirk. Outrunning many players. Another corner kick. You can hear the applause. There are definitely fans from Hershey that came down. Of course, Hershey's most famous son in the soccer world is Christian Pulisic. And I don't know if you watched the USA game on Thursday. It was a bit of a disappointment. We're hoping to turn that around here with, well, maybe another loss for a Hershey-based player, but in the favor of Wilmington. Anyway, short kick. No one closes it down quickly. Ooh, that ball was dangerously rolled across the front of goal. 3 Hershey FC players could have put a toe on that, and they kind of waited and watched, and it rolled right by their foot. Collective foot, let me say that. The sun is peeking through the crowds. You can see the clouds, excuse me. The shadows are falling left to right. It's typically a problem for the goaltender on the right side of your screen, and you can see often them with a hat or their hand covering their eyes. It's not a problem for First State FC, and they usually take this side to start the games because they know about the sun. That's home field advantage for you. Ball out to T. Garnett. Looking long. Waiting again. A little bit too long. He picked his head up. He knew the play he wanted to do. It took a little too long. And the ball quickly. You can see Coach Cunningham trying to get his players to come back to the ball to collect it. Right? Don't always run away from the ball. Brandween. Easy to T. Garnett. Brandween was telling his player, hey, turn with the ball. There's no pressure on you. The player gave it back to him. Jackson Sopa earns the throw in. Ball's been very right-sided so far this game. Bad giveaway. Ball is behind. To a wide open. Bowling Shirk is closed down by Grant Sopa. Back to Brandween, who kicks it first time. Jeremy Burkett, the intended target, can't win it. Ha gets it back to Sopa. Sopa, right foot down the line. Really into space, but no one there. Sun again, dipping behind the clouds. A lot of chatter on the field, not a lot of chatter from the fans. We'll see what happens. He's on sides. It's a dangerous run by Jason Goldfeeder, excuse me. Takes a shot. Great save by Jackson Brandween. That ball was destined for the far post, and you got to cut that off. Jason Goldfeeder was open. Here's a short corner. Left, Brandween climbs the ladder and brings that down. But that is a dangerous opening. Goldfeeder saw the gap, anticipated the pass, and took off. Jeremy Burkett with the ball. Into Sora Watanabe. Watanabe over the top. That's a great looking ball. Xavier Nyagri on his left. Passes it. Oh, looked like Jackson. Goldfeeder wide open. Give and go. Onto his teammate Benjamin Zimmer. Zimmer loses it. Goldfeeder again on the left side. There are 2 open men over there. Good defense. But there are a lot of dangerous positions being grabbed by Hershey FC. Watanabe over to Sopa. Quickly loses it. Looking for Xavier Nyagri. I don't know if you can hear Jackson Brandween. He's saying, come on, guys. Find your feet. I think meaning his team. Sopa with a sliding play. Ball up the middle. Hershey FC. Stolen by Watanabe. Watanabe finds Xavier Anyagri. Anyagri to Ha. Ha over the top. Jackson not anticipating that run. He's waiting for the ball to be played and then making his move. I think Ha was anticipating the exact opposite. That Jackson would see that he was collecting it, read the angle, and take off. That way he got a step on his defenders, and the ball lands, in his stride. I think that's the intention. All around the back to Fitzgerald. Sends it long into the sun. Garnett heads it over. Feeder picks it up. He's got some help on his left side and up the middle. Looked like an offside position. Yet Aaron Witzel. You could hear, I don't know if you can hear Jackson Brandwein saying good line. He's a very talkative goalkeeper. That may be what the team needs. Last week, the back line, which is patched together, mind you, was a bit too porous, giving up way too many goals. I'm not going to count them all because I don't want to relive that. But anyway, free kick, Ha with the ball. Over to Ogunsanya. Jackson Sopa, Ogunsanya. No one making an easy pass for him. He's got to go over the top. Flipping it. I think he was between two minds. It looked like he wanted to go down the line, and then you could hear Miles Hood saying, calling for the ball. That's right the feet of Watanabe. Jeremy clean tackles the referee. On the right side. Hershey swinging it around. That's Owen Clark. Over to bowling shirt. Over to Kyle Hoyt on the left side. Great ball, but it's a flat one. Sopa picks it up nicely. Ha can't win it. Referee sees a little something going on there. Looks like center back Nolan Zilska is going to line over this one. Nope, it's Owen Clark. Pardon me. Clark, right-footed, hits Joshua Jackson right in the feet. I think that ball was supposed to go over the top. Missed kick. That's a lazy pass. Ha, over to Burkett. Burkett, again, thinking Jackson's going to go one way, and Jackson's going the other way. That's a big switch over to Goldfeeder. Feeder on his right foot. Dancing on the ball. Chips it. Up the middle. Ball on the right side. Xavier Anyagri. Nice move to clear up some space. Right foot out to Sora Watanabe. Watanabe sends it up the line. Goal scorer Anyagri. Big switch. Jackson can't control it. Watanabe on the ball. Jackson again on the backside of the defender, whereas Watanabe passed it to the front side of the defender. Needs to be a little bit more discussion. This is a one-on-one play here. Take a good angle. It's a bit of a dangerous pass back. On the right side, cutting on the left. Left foot, easy turn. Tackle over to Goldfeeder. Goldfeeder takes on his left. Brandwein, good save. Over the top, Ha. They're not out of danger yet. Garnett. Over to the right side. Hershey putting on the pressure. Deep pass off the line. Stays on the ground. First State FC cannot clear the penalty area. Goldfeeder. Right foot. 21st minute. And that's what's been happening. Back flip to celebrate. I'm impressed. But First State FC defense has to pick that up. Goal for Hershey FC. Number 14, Jason Goldfeeder in the 21st minute. Score, First State FC 1, Hershey SC 1. Hershey SC. Well, game is tied. Anyway. What is Coach Cunningham going to do now? He had this game in command, and Hershey started to step forward, and First State FC could not clear its area, and Goldfeeder, who's been dangerous on this left side the whole first quarter of this game, buried it. Nothing Brandweed could do, and Brandweed's made 2 great saves already. Jackson Sopa. Back to T. Garnett. Garnett, big ball down the line, over the top. Xavier Nyagri has to wait for it to come down. Joshua Jackson can't bring it down. Nolan Szylska loses the ball on a long pass up the middle. Davis Paget finds his teammate, midfield. Ball switched. Foul, and players are asking why no advantage? Six and the 0. Goal scorer, Jason Goldfeeder. Feeder on his right foot. Ooh, hits T. Garnett right in the head. Garnett is down. The referee is asking for help from the trainer, who has been called on, but there, okay. I wasn't sure if he saw the referee. He was called on, but he did not get out there quickly, and it looks like both teams are going to take a water break. I did not get notification before the game that the referees had called for it, but the heat index, I'm sure, is high enough that these players deserve a water break. I can't say it's ever perfect timing for a player to go down, especially with a head injury, so I won't. But you could tell both teams are tired. They are pulling shirts up, wiping sweat from their brows. Last week they had some cold towels. I don't see any for either side tonight. But First State FC definitely needs to get back to what it was doing in the first 10 minutes. Hershey FC has started to dominate here. We'd like to remind you of our sponsors, LiveSight Productions. They're here today putting on this broadcast for you. Delaware Orthopedic Specialists, Gonser & Gonser, Elite Physical Therapy, and Ink Now. Don't forget 1K Cleats for Kids. If you bring a pair of cleats, you get admission for free to the stadium. We always have food trucks. We have Taco Rijo and Cajun Snow today. And don't forget, next week is the last home game of the season. It's our Independence Day game, but it's not on Independence Day. It's on Friday, July 5th, and it's a different time. We usually play 6:30 home games here at Abyssinia Stadium in Wilmington, Delaware. We are playing at 7 p.m. on Friday, July 5th against Westchester FC. Just up the road, rivals. They'll be coming down our way. Hopefully we're going to be coming into this game, going into that game with a win. The fans deserve it. The team deserves it. The coach deserves it. They have the lead. Just have to take care of some business. Garnett will be okay. No, he's not okay. They're going to sub him out, T. Garnett. Well, I don't know if they're going to sub him out. I think they're going to give him the evaluation. I'm not sure if you can see the trainer giving him one-on-one service on the sideline. Yeah. Okay. I don't have a picture screen in front of me, but it looks like he is out. And substitution number 7 is in. That's Stephen Thompson. So, sorry for T. Garnett. Substitution for First State FC. Off, number 23, T. Garnett. On, number 7, Stephen Thompson. On for Garnett. I'll see if Thompson plays in the middle position or if they move Sopa over. Jackson on the ball. He's got one-on-one. Does he have the skill? Can't get by Owen Clark, number 14, Jason Goldfeeder, the goal scorer. Splits two defenders. Tries to find a teammate. Can't find it. He's taken down. It's going to be a free kick from about, well, you can do the math, right? Well, the referee is marking it 7 yards outside the 18, so a 25-yarder off center. Like I said, I'll see where Stephen Thompson ends up playing. So Grant Sopa and Jackson Sopa were playing the central defensive positions for the past several weeks. And Thompson had come on as a substitute and played the right fullback position. So I wonder if he's going to slip into that role and drop Jackson Sopa to central defense. We'll see. Goal scorer number 14 over the ball with his right foot. Left foot, jersey in his mouth. Number 18, Ethan Flickinger. Let's see what's going on here. The wall's set up. There's probably a play. Do they shoot or they chip? They shoot. Wide of the net. Ball over to Ha. It looks like, so Jackson Sopa is staying at the right fullback position. Looks like Jung Ha has dropped back into central defense, but he has missed his mark. And no harm, no foul. The referee call a substitute? Oh, there's a temporary substitution that can happen, apparently. I guess it's for head injury. Is that verifiable? I'm looking, people are shaking their heads. I've never seen that. I will announce it again on the broadcast. Sorry, folks. Back into the game for First State FC, number 23, T. Garnett. Well, we learn something every day about MSL soccer, and today's that day. No, and have a head injury. I think it's a good rule. Make the substitution that you would have made, I suppose. And if the player is deemed unable to play, continue. The substitute is there, and the game continues without incident. If he is deemed cleared, or if he is cleared, swap it back on. So there you go. Well, well, well. It's Superhero Showdown tonight, but I don't see anybody with a cape on. No superheroes here tonight, except for the folks from LiveSight Productions. They're up here in the heat. Switch. Ooh, that's misplayed. Xavier Nyagri. Well done by Carter Fitzgerald. Throws it out to Davis Paget. Paget loses the ball. Sopa to Nyagri. Can't get it. Ha. Over to Sora Watanabe. Sora cuts in on his left. Touches. Jackson Sopa drops it off. Over to Joshua Jackson at the 30th minute. Great play by Sora Watanabe. Beautiful setup and Jackson just knocked it into the net, and First State FC is back in front. Goal by First State FC Midnight Rider, number 13, Joshua Jackson. At the 30th minute, First State FC 2, Hershey FC 1. So, got the back. Got a little bounce in our step. We got T. Garnett back because he was cleared his head injury protocol. It's a beautiful evening here. It's getting nicer. The temperatures are cooling. The home team is scoring. The Cajun snow gets icier. Ball out on the right side. Hershey FC moving in. Bowling Shirk, number 9, fighting for the ball. Grant Sopa looking for help. Sending it up the line, but to no one. Oh, but the ball is lost. Goal scorer Jackson with it. Being grabbed, being tackled. Could be a yellow, and it is. That's number 3, Owen Clark, yellow card. I believe that's Clark. Ball squirted loose. It was on the goal side, and Jackson was free to run. Owen Clark just grabbed him, and then he just tackled him. Ha, over the ball. Chips it to Burkett. Burkett, ooh, I think the play was on. I don't think he was looking to score. I think he was looking to cross the field. Jackson hadn't moved forward, and Xavier and Yagri, I don't think, had an idea of what Burkett was thinking there. But Fitzgerald's got the ball, puts it on the deck, kicks it long, right up the gut. Jackson Sopa goes up. Ha, wins the header. Back to Ogun Sanya. Ogun Sanya. Brandween, big right foot over everybody. But controlled here by Xavier Nyagri on the near side. Finds Sora Watanabe, the creator of the last goal. Xavier on his horse, on his right foot, kicks across the front. Jackson can't catch up to it. It'll be a goal kick for Hershey FC, but the attacks are on. You can see what's going on. And if you remember what Douglas Cunningham, the coach of First State FC, told me the first week, he wants to move quickly in transition. He wants to play attacking soccer. 1-2 and go. And obviously score goals. The scoring goals part hasn't been too big of a problem. They've put up some good marks in the last few games. The problem has been defense. But tonight they looked fairly well. They weathered a storm. Yes, they gave up a goal, but that was a flurry of activity by Hershey FC, and they have yet to match that or bring that back. They've tightened their defense. Burkett, big up, wins the header. Here comes Sora Watanabe. Xavier Anyagri. Looking at Burkett. Great switch. Oh, just overcooked it. Burkett was wide open. Hey, down in front. Down in front. You can hear Coach Cunningham. He's a little fired up. But what game would we be at here at the stadium? And I shouldn't end a sentence with a preposition like that. But what kind of game would we be at? I'll say it again. When the coach doesn't give a little color on the sideline, give some yelling. He's a passionate man. He's very calm before and after games. And Yagri going to get a yellow for just not backing off. It's a bit of a dumb yellow to take. He's got a goal and a yellow card. I don't know what in hockey. What you get a hat trick, right? If you get well, no, but you get a hat trick. What's the Gordie Howe hat trick? You get a penalty, a goal and an assist, or something like that. A fight. I don't know. I don't know what it would be for soccer, right? We got a goal, a yellow card, and maybe an assist. I'll say that. I don't know. We call the Xavier and Yagri hat trick. I don't know. Big ball at the right side. Shirk on his left foot. Back to the middle of the field. There's an overlap run. Very dangerously so. Chipped right away over everyone, but headed out of bounds. That'll be the fourth corner kick of the first half here for Hershey FC. On the near side here. Into the sun. I don't know if you can see that. Jason Goldfeeder, the goal scorer for Hershey FC, scored in the 21st minute to even this match before Joshua Jackson. Right-footed in-swinger. Oh, Brandween punched it out. A little bit of confusion there. Sopa looked like to be backing into him. Goldfeeder's got a very good-looking right foot. It's got a nice curl to it and lost out of bounds there by Hershey FC. But he's got a very nice right-footed curl to it. His balls have good loft to it. You can see why he's a dangerous character out there. But he's the modern winger, right? He plays the left side, but he's right-footed. So the referee is sending off Aaron Witzel, number 9. Either some sort of shoe problem, or I think he blew out his shoe, to be honest with you. He tossed it over to the side. Anyway, I'll see if I can pick that up. Yeah, it's a boot. He tossed his boot. I don't know if it blew out. He's getting a new boot, and he's got to go back to the locker room to do it. And the bench is on the other side. The locker room is to our left on the screen. So he was closest to the locker room, so he's just running over there. So right now, Hershey FC is playing down a man because of a blown boot. Well, now we've seen it all. Big switch over to the right side. Into the middle. Hershey FC passing lanes being chopped. Ha. Got about 9 minutes left. Now there was a water break, and we did have the injury, the head injury to T. Garnett, which thankfully was cleared. Quick throw in. On the line, out of bounds. So I don't know if you can hear Coach. He's saying Jackson. Now, the goalkeeper, his right fullback, and his striker can all look over to the bench because Jackson Brandween is in goal. Jackson Sopa is his right fullback, and Joshua Jackson is his striker up top. Back onto the field is Aaron Witzel, number 9. He's got one green boot and one gray boot, and he's fallen down on his new shoes. Jackson Brandween over the ball. Long ball up the middle. Joshua Jackson, the most recent goal scorer, flicks it on. Nothing Nolan Szylska could do except clear that ball. His goalie called for it, but I think that would have been a dangerous pass back. He would have to hit that just right. Over to Grant Sopa. Sopa on his right foot. Moves to the right. Still on his right. Dancing. Miles Hood. Miles on his left. Chips over. Misses Joshua Jackson. Fitzgerald looked to spring them quickly. I don't know if you could hear Jackson Brandweed in goal for First State FC saying, be ready, because they've wanted to start quickly. The ball rolls out to the near side. Owen Clark. Ethan Flickinger over to the right side. Bowling Shirk. Pardon me, that's not Shirk. Long ball up the middle. Brandweed calls and does the proper thing by kicking it. Just cleared it. It was a dangerous ball. Looked like it was covered. Miles Hood chasing the ball. Picked off by Jackson Sopa. 4 First State FC players standing right together. Got to space a little bit better because this is what happens. Grant Sopa kicks it into the stands on the far side. The shady stands. The stands where 5 of our fans are sitting tonight. Most of them here in the sun. Throw into Owen Clark. Switches sides. Owen over here to Jason Goldfeeder. On his right. You know he's going to go right. Witzel. Over here on the left side, Bowling Shirk has switched sides. Jeremy Burkett flicks it on. Looks like it's going to be a throw-in. 5 minutes to play. We don't have any ball girls or boys, but we do have a ball man out there. He's working hard, Don Holloway. Dancing on the ball, Hershey. Stay on sides. Long cross. Brandween. He's doing it all for Hershey FC, but well defended by Jackson Sopa. And Yagri jogs it up. Brandween. He's got 2 open players. Plays safely to T. Garnett on his right foot. Plays it short, but ball is lost immediately, and Hershey's on the attack. Grant Sopa told to turn. Finds Ha. Ha, step over. Finds Miles Hood. Miles Hood, I'm here from Xavier Anyagri. Anyagri on the right side, on his right boot. Cuts inside. Cuts it to Joshua Jackson, who's offside. Made his move early. The linesman was right there. Again, it's the anticipation. I think it's just playing time. I think these players just need a little bit more time together to figure out, their tendencies. Who's going to move how? When are they going to move? When I do this, what do you do? Loses the ball. Jeremy Burkett onto it. Can he keep it under control? Shoot lefty. Score in the 41st minute. Jeremy Briquette. Beautiful finish. It was a mistake on the back line. And that'll be a goal for First State FC. Are they calling it back? No, they're giving it to him. Okay. It looks like there's a little bit less than I thought would come out of that. Anyway. Goal for First State FC, number 15, Jeremy Briquette. At the 42nd minute, First State FC 3, Hershey FC 1. That's a little present before halftime, right? I think First State FC has played better than Hershey, except for that one spell where Hershey really dominated the upper third of their attack, scored a goal, brought this game to even numbers there at 1-1. But since then, First State FC have defended well. They've defended in the midfield well. They've used the midfield to attack. Their attackers have been sprinting on the ball. I mean, all facets of the game are working. Briquette, the goal scorer, made a nice move there to try to spring Joshua Jackson. Couldn't do it. Ooh, that was a late attack. Yeah. Kair Ogunsanya, excuse me. Kair Ogunsanya was a little late on that. You could tell his hesitation there. He didn't know if he should attack or not. He should have attacked earlier. Free kick for Hershey. Clark over to the right. Head up. Crossing it in the middle. Blocked by Sopa. Tried a long-range shot. Brandwin was on it. Looked like he lost his balance for a second there, but right at his feet. I will say this. Well, I always hear Coach Cunningham, right? I'm listening for him as well. But the coach for Hershey has been very quiet. Demetrios Papadopoulos. I haven't heard much out of him. Brandwin, long ball up the middle. Headed forward. Clark, the tall player, sitting on a yellow card. Wins the play. Moving forward. No resistance. Over the top. Offside, says the referee. Just timing can't hit it. Looks like the fourth official's coming over to tell Coach Cunningham how much time is going to be added to the end of the half. My guess is 2 minutes. It's hot and there was a water break, but it could be 3 because, again, we had the head injury to T. Garnett, which thankfully was advised by the trainer. I think it was 3 too. I just saw her give a sign, but I got shadows there and I missed it. So it might be 3 minutes. We'll see. Over to Anyagri. Anyagri on his right foot, rolling inside. Over to Ha. Ha. To Grant Sopa. Sopa over to Jeremy Briquette. Or excuse me, that's Sora Watanabe. Watanabe. Ooh. Oh, sorry. No, that was Briquette. Excuse me. Watanabe ran onto the goal. Ooh, bad kick. Jackson Sopa controls it, moves forward. 1-2. Xavier Anyagri. No one challenging him. Finds Hood. Hood on his right foot. Jackson can't quite get it through. Oh, the rebound was there, and Jackson skied it. All he had to do was pass it by the goalkeeper. Could not find the open part of the net. The goalie was down. He was one-on-one. He was inside the box. That's part of the phase of the game where you just have to slow things down and finish it off. You don't need to be too precise, but you got to finish. Anyway, we reached the fourth. So I will announce that to the crowd. The fourth official has indicated 3 minutes of added time. Ball in the middle. Hershey FC switching. Again, Jason Goldfeeder wide open here on the left side. He's going to cut in on his right, but he's been dangerous on his left. He can take that space. They don't push him wide enough. Here he is in the box. Ogunsanya clears it. Number 18, Ethan Flickinger, on his right. Flickinger finds Zimmer. Zimmer loses it. Oh, that's a nasty foul. That was late, and that was nasty. And T. Garnett gets a yellow. That was very late. I'm not sure that's a foul you even need to make in the sense that the player is running away from the goal, chasing the ball without, doesn't quite have possession. So dribbling away from goal, you know that you have defenders behind you. It's a silly foul, and now he's going to have to. You have a central defender on a yellow foul. You never want to have that happen, because now he's going to play the second half in danger of an ejection. And we remember what happened with an ejection a few weeks ago. First State FC played down valiantly, might I add, from a 26th minute red card, and couldn't hold out forever. They played great for about 65 minutes, and then, well, lessons about 60 minutes, and then the floodgates opened, and unfortunately the Midnight Riders lost that game. But here's a left-footed shot, cross in from Ethan Flickinger, is lining up over the ball. Jason Goldfeeder is asking for it, but Flickinger chips it in. It's a beautiful ball. Sliding clearance by Watanabe. It'll be the 5th corner kick of the half. Flickinger's coming over there to the far side. Flickinger on his left foot. Both hands in the air. Cleared out. Looks like by Grant Sopa. It'll be a throw in for Hershey FC. Unfortunately, our ball man is moving a little slower in this heat. We often have youth soccer teams here. We don't have that tonight. If you have a youth soccer team and you're interested in bringing the team out to the game, be ball boys and girls, we really appreciate it. Contact First State FC. You can find contact information online at firststatefc.com. As the ball gets reset, number 12, Kyle Hoyt, chips it over the middle. Watanabe tries to clear. Hershey setting it up. Owen Clark kicks it out to the right side. Looks like Nolan Szylska, excuse me, with the ball. Throw in. Long throw in. Up, flicked over. Hershey yelling for a handball. Anyagri moving forward but loses his footing. And that will end the half. But the home team, First State FC, ahead 3-1. And we'll see you on the other side of the half. Get back into action here. Scoring recap. In the first minute, Xavier Nyagri, number 17, scored for First State FC. The game was tied in the 21st minute by Jason Goldfeeder, number 14, for Hershey FC. He's been a thorn in the side of the Midnight Riders all game. But Joshua Jackson, number 13, the center forward, scored at the 30th minute to put the First State FC Midnight Riders up 2-1. And Jeremy Briquette, number 15, scored in the 41st minute on a mistake on the defensive end to put a nice 2-goal cushion for the home team going into the second half. Don't see any changes as yet, but there are subs warming up. Hershey FC has yet to take the field. Don't see where they are. Looks like they're coming in now from the left side. The lights are still off here, but the skies are getting a little darker. There is a chance of a thunderstorm. I think it's minimal, but we'll see what happens. You can see goalkeeper Jackson Brandween talking to the referee at the center of the field as Hershey FC make their way back down the track towards the bench. It looks like we've got a ball boy. Our ball man has recruited a fan. We do it all here at First State FC. I heard. Anyway, we'd like to thank our sponsors as usual. LiveSight Productions, giving you the sights and sounds of the game. Delaware Orthopedic Specialists, our shirt sponsor. Gonser & Gonser, Elite Physical Therapy, and Ink Now. Obviously, we have food outside. It's Taco Rio. It's Cajun Snow. We may get some Cajun Snow after the game. That may be a good idea to cool off a little bit, enjoy ourselves. And don't forget, if you come to next week's game, July 5th, against Westchester FC, 7 p.m. here at Abyssinia Stadium, if you bring a pair of cleats for 1K Cleats for Kids, you will get free admission to the game. So come enjoy. It's our Independence Day game. This is our superhero showdown. Don't see many capes in the crowd, but if we win the game, the team will feel like superheroes because it will be the first home win in 2 years. I think we figured it's about 2 years since they won at home. They've gotten some draws, but unfortunately it's been mostly losses here. Anyway, looks like both sets of subs, the 3 subs for Hershey FC and the 5 subs for First State FC, are warming up and probably get a little time. And don't forget that Stephen Thompson, number 7 for First State FC, came on briefly while T. Garnett was having his head examined after a ball struck it very quickly at from very close range. A couple things to look out for. Xavier and Yagri, number 17 for First State FC, has a yellow card, as well as T. Garnett. So they've got to be careful in the second half. And for Hershey FC, Owen Clark, number 3, defender, he also has a yellow card. If you don't know the rules, 2 yellows make a red. So if you pick up a red card and you're ejected, there is no substitution. So you play a man down and your team struggles, especially in this heat. So we're ready to go. The referee's got everything signed up. Number 2 on the sideline, touching the end line here, is Griffith Brubaker. Haven't called his name much. He's been on the far side. I probably mispronounced him and said it was Bowling Shirk, for which I'm apologizing. But it looks like Hershey is going to take off like gangbusters here to start the game. They've got everybody lined up at midfield. The referee checks his watch, gets ready to start the second half, and we're off. Long ball over the top. Jackson Sopa lets it go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in. A little bit in this half. Try to get something going. They're down 2 goals on the road. They're in last place. They've got 0 wins, 1 draw, and 7 losses. They're in 6th place in the East Keystone West Division. And First State FC is 1 point ahead of them with 7 games played, no wins, 2 draws, and 5 losses. Throw in for Hershey FC. Big throw from left to right. Flick into the box. And Brandween has changed jerseys. He was in a light blue, light blue before. He just tweaked something. He's telling the referee he's okay, but he's in a yellow shirt now. I don't know if that was an equipment issue, an option. Oh, it's too similar to the other goalkeeper. I get it. All right, Fitzgerald's also in light blue. I guess they didn't. Jackson's yelling, Jeremy, Jeremy, Jeremy. Finds him right on the foot, onside. Oh. The linesman didn't raise his flag. I saw him point down, which means an onside play, and the referee called it. That's interesting. He overruled the linesman. It looked like the linesman was running in step. Anyway, there's no VAR. There's no offside camera line. Anyway, we restart. Fitzgerald, long kick over the right. Ha. Tries to win it. Miles Hood gives it away, but doesn't recover. Over to the far side. Far and wide. First half stats. 5 corner kicks by Hershey FC. None for First State FC. That is a disparity, and especially since I'd say 4 out of the 5 kicks, corner kicks by Hershey FC were dangerous ones. What that shows you is you're just not getting to that width. You're not getting to that depth that you need to bring the ball back. But if, as Coach Cunningham says, he's trying to move the ball quickly in transition, you don't have as many of those, but you got to get some. Jeremy Briquette on the left foot. Chips to the far post. Nobody's there. Watanabe trying to close it down. Can't do it. Jackson Sopa. Ooh, there's an upset player over there. He got kicked. That's 14. Jason Goldfeeder, the goal scorer. He's holding the top of his foot. It's kind of that exposed area between your shin guard and the top of your boot. Quick restart. Moving down the wing. Trying to find an open teammate. And that's a goal on the far post for Hershey FC in the 49th minute. I'm trying to get a number here. Sorry, folks. He's giving the eye goggles to his keeper. Trying to get the number there. Pardon me. Number 10. That's Benjamin Zimmer. Back, 49th minute. You know, I was writing so quickly. My 9 looked like a 1. That's how small the loop was. And so I was brutal. I'll give myself a 0 for announcing that goal over the loudspeaker. But you didn't hear me because you're watching the game at home. You should come out next week, July 5th, game against Westchester FC. That's a push in the back. Xavier Inyagri. Shouldn't do that. And my text that I was going to send, which was to our groundskeeper, wonderful Kevin, was to turn on the lights, and he beat me to it. So we've got a new ball game going on here. I'm sure the coach said, score in the first 5 minutes and make this interesting, and that's what they did. Left-footed and swinger. Nobody gets that ball. It just kind of bounced. Here comes Briquette. Inyagri. Tries to find Jackson. Doesn't work. Ooh, Ha got sandwiched. No call. Sora Watanabe dances with the ball. Finds Xavier Inyagri. Calls for the ball back. Gets tripped. And it will be a free kick for the Midnight Riders. Ha over the ball. Finds Miles Hood. Miles on his left foot. Chips it through the middle, but it's a bit blind. Picked off Griffith Brubaker. Moving up the right side. Finds a goal scorer, Benjamin Zimmer. Zimmer on his right foot. Finds the give and go to work, but taken away by Kair Ogunsanya. Nobody told Brandwein that there was a Hershey FC player coming on his back, and Hershey forced a turnover. Excuse me. It's just a deep throw in for First State FC. But look at the press. Hershey is high press. And they're just ball side. If you notice, they're dropped off on the far side. They're not pressuring the far side. So if First State FC can switch the ball, they should be able to find some joy over there. Briquette, that's a beautiful give and go. Fitzgerald playing sweeper keeper now. Oh my God. It's not working. The timer's not working. Something's working with the thing. Yeah. I'll. Yeah, excuse me, folks. I'll try to figure out the scoreboard issue. Trying to work on the clock here. For some reason, it stopped at 50 minutes. I said there was no cap on this. I said it as I always do, and we will try to get back to you. I should probably have a secondary clock so I can catch up, but I'll ask and see if I can get a number from maybe the fourth referee when I get the ability to change this clock. Do some calls, and we'll try to get the clock to cooperate. The right side, that's a foul. And that's a foul on Grant Sopa. Yeah, it's a yellow card. Let's see. I'm working with it. I know, we're working on the clock. Let me handle this. The clock is something we want to have, and the stadium folks want to have it as well, and we're not sure why it hit a top level. I don't know if there was a... It's not a start-stop issue. I know that. Won't start. Anyway. Hershey moving quickly in this half. Breeze picking up. And folks, I'll help set the clock here, and you'll have to go without my voice, which I know is troublesome to some and happy to others. But hold on, we'll be back. What do you... It looked like the same goal scorer, Benjamin Zimmer, and I don't know. We set it at 56, and we're moving forward. I don't know why it stopped. We apologize for the fans in the stands. When there's a break, I'll try to. When there's a water break, I'll try to get an accurate number. But we've got a new game here. Hershey FC came out hot. There's a foul at midfield. The referee has stopped play for a kick. And let's see if the Midnight Riders can stem this momentum, because the tide has turned. We know. 57-45? Okay. All right. The sausage is being made back here. That's exciting. All right. First State FC, 2 players over the ball. It looks like Hood and Xavier Anyagri. Anyagri looks to be taking it. The right footer puts both hands in the air, takes a shot, and so we sent one of our LiveSight production crew members down there and try to get the clock at least close enough so the coaches and the players have a good semblance of how much time there is. But we're not sure why the clock stopped. I don't know if that's my issue, but ball fought for at midfield. Watanabe fighting hard. Briquette wins the ball very smoothly. Watanabe over to Hood. To Ha. Switches fields over to Xavier Anyagri. Anyagri takes it. Tries to go towards the corner. Can't beat the defender down there. Tries to turn him, but Anyagri gets the ball back. Xavier on his left. Keeps bringing it back. Ha. Moves forward. Over to Jackson Sopa. Sopa on his right foot. Crosses in the middle. Over Jackson. Ball cleared. Here come Hershey FC. Moving quickly from left to right in the orange and blue. First State FC moving right to left in the black with the green sleeves. Griffith Brubaker cuts inside. He wants to stay on his left. Passes out. The reset is on. Blocked by Ha. Here come Hershey FC. They've scored 2 goals here in the early minutes of the second half to erase a 2-goal deficit. It's 3-3 here. We'll say the 60th minute. It's time to make some changes, and Coach Demetrius Papadopoulos for Hershey FC is about to do that. Number 20, Seth Clark, will be coming on, and I'm not sure who's out. It looks like, well, it looks like Ethan Clark. A lot to see here. It's Griffith Brubaker, and Seth Clark is in for him, number 20. The clock is running. Everything's working. Except for the First State FC defense, because they've given up 2 goals here in the first 15 minutes of the second half and taken a game that was in the hands of First State FC, and now it's going to be a shootout till the end. Both teams are fighting for points. That was a very unfortunate and very awkward collision in the midfield, but here come First State FC. No call by the referee. Jeremy Burkett on the left side. Collects it, cuts it on his right, switches the field. Xavier Nyagri cannot corral it. That ball is going to be a Hershey FC throw-in on the far side. Throwback to central defense. Switch to the substitute Clark. Clark touches it down the line. Zimmer, the man with the brace. Clark can't beat Brandween. Didn't make him work too hard, but Brandween got down quickly, stopped the ball, and delivers over to Kair Ogunsanya. Ogunsanya to Briquette. Briquette over to Miles Hood. Hood open. Back to Briquette. Briquette up the left side. Not a lot of help. It's 3-on-5. Briquette cuts on his right. He's inside the box. He scuffed it. He had it on his right foot. Did not make the contact he wanted. He's tired. He's got his hands on his knees. It's a hot night out there. It's very sticky. You can see the wind has changed direction, which often means that there is a front coming in. We'll hope that nothing happens here because lightning does delay this game. Rain does not. It's a hot one out there. It's a sticky, hot one. Play on, although the referee did make a signal to play on. Briquette on his right foot. I think that's the shot he wanted the first time around, but I don't know. He needs to get his head back in the game. Get over that ball and drive it, or find his strike mates, Joshua Jackson and Xavier Nyagri on that far post. Heads are down on a couple of First State FC players. They need to pick them up, get back in this game. Coach Cunningham has got to get them fired up again. Carter Fitzgerald, the goalie for Hershey FC, kicks it long up the middle. They're on the ascendancy. They're moving forward. They're winning balls in the air. They've scored goals. We're in the 64th minute, and I apologize for any time issues. The time on the broadcast may be incorrect by a couple of minutes. That's a very good switch over to the far side. That's the danger man, Jason Goldfeeder. He's going to go right. He's been doing that all game. T. Garnett heads it clear. Oh, it's a foul from behind, I thought. Anyway, Jackson Sopa, it looked like cleaned him out. I don't know if Goldfeeder stepped on the ball or something, but he fell hard. And this is artificial turf, and it's been soaking up the sun all day. Coach Demetrius Papadopoulos up and down the bench. He's got things to say. He's working with his assistant, Ben Shirk. Assistants tonight for Douglas Cunningham and First State FC are Roll Reed, the goalkeeper's assistant, and Jackson Brandwine. Stolen by Xavier Nyagri. Up the side, Joshua Jackson, but he's 1-on-2. Good hold-up play there. Ha. Switches. Here's Briquette. Coming on strong. It's 1-on-3. He beats one. Can't beat Clark. That's the first corner kick of the game. First corner kick of the game for First State FC, and you can see Briquette is gassed. He is a tired man. Jung Ha coming over to take the corner kick on the near side. in the 66th minute. Right-footed in-swinger. They've got a play set up at the top of the D. I suppose they'll crash onto the net. Looks like Hershey's dropping an extra player then. They've got a near post defender. Players running in. It's far post. Dangerous ball. Ogunsanya sends it back to Sopa. Sopa switches the field. Briquette playing on the right side now. Takes it to the line. Can he get the cross off? Looks like he's earned a corner. Goal kick, says the referee. And again, Briquette bent over, holding his knees. It's a sticky one out there. He's getting tired, and you can see 2 substitutions warming up on the near side in the yellow pennies for First State FC. It looks like Coach Papadopoulos for Hershey FC is talking to his bench as well. He's made 1 substitution already. Seth Clark, number 20, has come in for Griffith Brubaker. That's an offensive change. Number 20 here on the near side, that's Clark. As the ball ping-pongs around the middle. Pinballs, I should say. Ping-pong's another great game, but over the top. Joshua Jackson. Is it a corner or can... Oh, it is a corner. Fitzgerald could not save it. Second corner of the game, both coming in this half for First State FC. They'll move up, try to regain the lead here in the 67th minute. Coach Papadopoulos is a little bit more vocal and physical here. Start of the second half, and he's got his troops fired up. They're following his orders, and they've scored 2 goals here in the second half. And what a reversal of fortune. Left-footed in-swinger. Looks like Miles Hood over there on the far side. Puts his left hand up. Left footer into the box. Can't find the opening. Oh, player down. Can't see who it is. Trainer being called on. Let's hope it's not T. Garnett, because he's already had 1 head injury tonight. There's a water break going on now in the 68th minute, which makes sense. I can't tell who's down. It looks like it's T. Garnett. Can't quite make it out. Anyway, I'll make a stadium announcement. Hold on a second, folks. It does look like T. Garnett. He's had a rough day. He's got the face mask off. Don't know who may be coming on. It looks like they're readying Joshua Bell, number 26, to come on. It looks like Joshua Bell will be coming on for T. Garnett. All right. Our water break of the second half. We've got our substitutions. It looks like someone is getting ready to come in for Hershey. And the referee has got the official clock because we had a scoreboard malfunction. The scoreboard froze. I didn't know that it had stopped. It did not restart until I reset it. So we have the 71st minute just beginning now on our scoreboard, but it could be more, slightly less, slightly more. The official time will be kept by the referee on the field, and that translates over to our broadcast as well. So we apologize for that, but don't know what happened there. Long kick by Carter Fitzgerald. Still in his blue uniform, as the First State FC goalkeeper Jackson Brandween had to change his because he was wearing a similar blue jersey as a foul is committed on the far side by First State FC. So he is now in yellow. The referees are in green, and I'm in white. But my sartorial choices are nothing to judge me by. Shout out to it was okay. He can do what he wants. He's 90. Left-footed in swinger. Near side. Hershey FC by Kair Ogunsanya. Then sent deep. Briquette. One-on-one if you can win this. This is how they got a goal in the first half. There was a mistake by a defender, and Briquette kept running forward and moved. Ha! Called for the ball. Could not get the receipt. Blocked. Ha! Still battling for it. Briquette over on that right side. Good tackle at midfield by Ogunsanya. Lost here on the near side by Xavier Anyagra. Oh, it's a big touch in front. Brandween, great anticipation. I thought he might have come out earlier when that Hershey player pushed that ball so far. Whatever it was, he stopped the fast break that was going out to the man with the brace, Benjamin Zimmer, who scored both goals this half for Hershey FC and tied this game. Looks like two substitutions are getting ready for First State FC. The man who was subbed in for T. Garnett when he was evaluated for a head injury, number 7, Stephen Thompson. And here comes Mayowa Taiwo, number 4. That's what a drop ball is in the modern game, folks. The referee flipped it to the goaltender, who caught it and punted it. And here comes substitute Clark, Seth Clark, on his right foot. Moves it to his left, on his right. Stopped by Brandween. Tried to go between the wickets, and Brandween came down quickly, stopped the ball. That probably should have been a goal. Yet, Joshua Jackson missed one inside that same 6-yard box in the first half. So we're even. Could be 4-4. Should be 4-4. But it's 3-3. There's about 15 minutes left in this game. I think Briquette was offside if he had chased that ball. Goalie with the ball. Punts it. Looks like off his shin. It looked like a missed punt there. Over to Ogunsanya. Looks long. Muffs the kick, but it's going to stay in. High boot up there by Anyagri. And here come the substitutes. So Anyagri is being taken out for Stephen Thompson. And it looks like Ogunsanya is coming out for Taiwo. 13. That's Joshua Jackson. Excuse me. Then swinger. Brandween yells keeper, catches it boldly with 2 hands, looks for a quick. That's almost a mental mistake. That could be, look, that could be physical because it's very hot out there. But Taiwo just came, excuse me, that's Joshua Bell. He came on as a substitute. He should have some fresher legs. Oh, Stephen Thompson headed the ball out of bounds. Kind of a mistake there. Ooh, the ball went out of bounds. A little bump from behind there. Ha was very lucky that the attacking player, it looks like Zimmer, the goal scorer, the double goal scorer for Hershey, got a little push there. Here comes First State. Can they close out the game? Can they get their first win at home in a couple of years? Well, not with balls like that, unfortunately. Our ball man looks to be gassed over there on that far side. That's fireworks, folks. If you heard that pop out in the background, that was not thunder, which is a good thing for stadium goers because that means the game might be delayed. But the weather patterns should be clear for a while. If anything happens, it'll be a pop-up, and it should be quick. But I think that's more for tomorrow. Anyway, I am not a meteorologist. Hershey back, cutting through. Stolen. Briquette on his right foot. Ha, yelled for it. Couldn't get the return. It'll be a throw-in for Hershey FC. One man stretching on the sideline for First State FC. 2 men standing on the bench for Hershey FC. 1 man grabbing his jersey. Looks like there's going to be a change here late for Coach Demetrius Papadopoulos. Long ball over the top. Bit of a hold there. Sopa. Brandween handles it well. That man's got speed there on the far side for Hershey. Coming on is Connor Luther. Standing on by the 4th official, ready to come in. Here comes Ha. Ha slots it through. Watanabe can't turn. Excuse me, that was Thompson. Brandween calls it. Probably going to grab it with his hands. Well, no. Starts it up again. Ogunsanya. Over to Ha. Back to Ogunsanya. His right foot. The ball was left open, but Ha was able to collect it. That was almost a 4-on-2. Foul, says the referee. Substitution from the far side, coming off. Trying to get a number here. Substitution there. That may be the goal scorer from the first half, and it is Jason Goldfeeder. as the ball gets pinballed around midfield. There's a man down at midfield. Let's see if it was a foul or just a trip. Maybe a bloody nose. Oh, it looks like a bloody nose. Yep. He's going to need a little bit of cleanup there. Can't see who it is. Once again, this is the MPSL. They don't have numbers everywhere on the fronts and sides. They're only on the back. Here comes the trainer for First Aid FC. It's a medical condition, right? We'll treat this gentleman. He's playing hard. He's at our field. Treat him like a guest. The scoring summary. In the first minute, the First Aid FC Midnight Riders started hot. Savior and Yagri scored in the first minute. In the 14th minute, the man just substituted out, Jason Goldfeeder, equalized at the 21st minute. And then First Aid FC scored 2 goals. One in the 30th minute by Joshua Jackson, number 13, and one in the 41st minute by Jeremy Briquette, going into halftime, up 2 goals, 3-1. But Hershey FC came back very hot in the second half. They pressed and they moved forward. And Benjamin Zimmer, number 10, has been the hero. He's netted 2 goals inside 7 minutes, one at the 49th and one at the 56th minute. And we're sitting here in the 82nd minute, 3-3 at Abyssinia Field at the campus of Salesianum School in Wilmington, Delaware. We got it. Fitzgerald stops the ball. Briquette turns. Blind pass, can't find him. Ha. Yeah. I had some technical help here. The stadium staff came up and was trying to help me figure out what happened to the clock, and we think it's about right now. Because there ain't nobody else on the roster. Actually, I think that's I see a player, Benjamin Zimmer. I think he's taking some gel to get some potassium in the system. It's hot. Oop, toppled over. Miles Hood on his left. No one challenging. Trying to find a pass. People running away from him. Taiwo on his left. Dances on the ball. Miles. Cut off. Cuts through. Nice play by Miles. Split the defender. It took a bit of a deflection coming through. Burkett was trying to be there at the end. He looked spent. Long ball over the top. I think Hershey's just going to try to see what they can steal in the waning moments here. That's a turn. That's a tough one. No call. The referee's playing advantage, although he hasn't made an action, a hand action. Oh, Burkett turning. Can't get it to where he needs it to be. It's a substitution coming on. Number 7, Chris Shaw. He'll be on. Looks like someone here on the near side is coming off limping near the defensive end. I don't know if the camera is catching that. It looks like he's walking off. Shaw will be on for, I think it's Owen Clark. Anyway, substitution is Chris Shaw, but it looks like Shaw is going to be in the middle of the field, and Clark was playing more towards the back. Anyway, First State FC's got a few minutes to solve this puzzle. Burkett can't get by. It's Nolan Szylska coming off. And so there's a foul at midfield. There's about 3 minutes left. You could see Nolan Szylska walk by very gingerly, very slowly. It's got to be taking a lot out of these players. You can take all the salts and potassium and all the tablets and everything you need, but when you get out there and you perspire like this on a muggy night, your body often breaks down, and this artificial turf is a lot hotter than the air, folks. And that ball's lost out of bounds. Therapy and ink now. Don't forget, one game. The next game is the last home game of the season, July 5th, 7 p.m. against Westchester FC. So come out to the stadium, enjoy your Independence Day. Ooh, that's a nice cross. Ooh. Number 7, Stephen Thompson was waiting for it. He was going to try to get a header there. Thompson steals the ball. Substitute, moving across the field. Shoots. Oh, fingertip save by Carter Fitzgerald. The crowd liked that one. That was a laser beam. That was headed for the underside of the bar. It'll be a corner kick, but a great save. Wow, by a Hershey FC goalie, keeping this game tied at 3. Far side corner kick. Looks like Miles Hood over there. Trying to get a signal from the 4th referee about how much time is left as the left-footed in-swinger comes in. The referee saw a lot of funny business in there, called a foul. I'll see if I can get a number here. Keep your eye. 5. Get the equalizer. So the ball is in possession of the Hershey FC team, going left to right in the orange and blue. First State FC, your hometown team, moving right to left in the black with the green sleeves. Throw in. Near side. Deep in the end. The referee moves it back to a position he wants. It's another corner kick. The fourth of the game and the fourth of the half. Stephen Thompson. Nope. It's going to be Jung Ha with the kick. Right-footed in swinger. Don't know if there's a play on. I thought I heard Coach Cunningham say 4. I don't know if that's a play, but you can tell people are crisscrossing in the box. Here comes the ball. It's near post. Oh, ho, ho, ho. That looks like Thompson. Looks like he ran through there, and the ball found him instead of him finding the ball. And sometimes when that happens, it's very, very quick, and you can't redirect the ball. It just goes where it goes. Carter Fitzgerald, number 1, the goalkeeper for Hershey FC, who only brought 14 players to this game. They've used all 3 of their subs. First State FC dressed 16, and they've used 3 of their subs. Free kick from far away. Goalie calls it. Jackson Brandwein easily collects it, starts the fast break. Here's Thompson, near side. Burkett behind him. That ball was kicked to no one. There were no black shirts in the vicinity there. You can't just be quick with it. You got to be quick and smart. Great stop by Brandwein. Clark. Boy, there are a lot of Giants fans here smiling at that. And that kick was before you were born. Burkett trying to find his teammate on the right side. Shaw, the substitute. Looked like a push from behind there. Nothing called. Over the top, no offside. Looked like he might have been offside. The final score, First State FC 3, Hershey FC 3. Don't forget, next week, final home game of the season. It's Westchester FC on July 5th here at Abyssinia Stadium in Wilmington, Delaware, 7 p.m. Different kickoff time, 7 p.m. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to support our sponsors, LiveSight Productions, Delaware Orthopedic Specialists, Gonser & Gonser, Elite Physical Therapy, and Ink Now. Also, special thanks to Taco Rijo and Cajun Snow. Signing off.